1337 FM. Nerd Talk Radio. Engage. Hey guys, this is Matt from 1337 FM Nerd Talk Radio, and I figured I'd just preface this episode with just a shout out to a few people that we want to thank. Just fans of the podcast, we thank everyone for your reviews and your likes and your subscribes. But I want to thank three people in particular. I want to thank, first of all, a good friend of mine that I've known for a while. I play World of Warcraft with, Cactubus. I know you wanted me to say your name. I don't really know how to say it properly. Cactubus. You know it's you, Vera. Next person I want to thank is Jeff Finch, a good buddy of ours who will probably be giving a call later on tonight. We are continually jealous of your professional setup and your knowledge, but you know, we have superior beer. And hope you get some more episodes out and we can have a little collaboration. You can be a guest on tonight, and thanks for everything, Jeff. Next person I want to thank will be Crystal McSween. She's a good friend of mine. I've known for a long time. We used to play Counter-Strike Source together. We played WoW through BC. I've known her for a long time, but I don't know very well. So hopefully I hope to change that soon. She runs her own music podcast called Music File, Punk and everything in between. So the links to all these podcasts will be down in the description below. So I suggest you guys give them a look and give them some love. They deserve it. Anyway, on with the episode.
This is 1337 FM Nerd Talk Radio. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Byrne.
I'm the one and only Michelangelo.
And I'm 33% of this podcast, Matt Flowers.
33.3333333333333333. Okay, I'm not going to stop that.
You see, you're not going to stop? Okay.
I'm going to stop.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, back for another one. Number 24.
2 dozen.
Yeah. 2 dozen.
Van Kant.
If we were beers, we'd be a 2-4. It'd be a 2-4.
Yep. The Beeahs?
Yeah, we could share them evenly, 8 apiece.
I randomly, because I've been listening too much to Bill Burr's Monday Morning Podcast, I'll randomly break out the Boston accent. I don't know why. Just things like Beeahs or like the Padcast. I don't know why.
Because it's fun.
The
funny voices are fun to do.
Because my brain will just make me do it. And I'm like, okay. And then,
that's why I randomly break them out every now and again.
your accents when you're drinking,
yeah,
your imitations are amazing.
You like them?
Impersonations, yes, they're amazing.
I've been working on a double Trump.
I thought you were going to say
Donald
Dumbledore.
Trump. And it doesn't have a lisp.
I have got to say, I was and still kind of half continued to be a skeptic of Harry Potter.
Did you ever read those books?
I am almost done the first one.
All right.
And it is, I got to say, they're really good.
Yeah.
Well,
the first
I
one
mean, they didn't get popular because they were
They get exceedingly better with each book.
Yeah.
And larger.
So, like Emma Watson.
It's like anything else. Everything gets better with time because when it comes to that kind of stuff, because whether or not, I mean, she has to be getting better at writing.
Well, like, she never wrote a book before then. She was just like a single mother who like lost her job and was like, oh, crud, what am I going to do? She went to like a coffee shop with like her laptop and just started like writing out ideas and just basically wrote the first book.
What did she do with her kids while she was there?
I think
they were in school.
Oh, okay.
So it was like she was just at home during the day and was just went to the coffee shop, doing
the laundry, and
now she's like worth I think $3 billion,
she's
$8 billion or something like that.
I heard she's a very giving person though. She does donate a lot of money to.
She is nothing wrong about her person.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know what? If I had $3 billion, you know what? They wouldn't know my negative side. They would just know that I give money away. And
if I had $3 billion, people would know my negative side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man!
You'd be the Donald Trump of
You'd be
Lab West.
The Canadian Donald Trump.
The Donald Trump of Lab West.
You're gonna build a wall separating here and Goose Bay.
Here in Goose Bay and here in
Fairmont.
Here in Fairmont.
It's just a little kingdom.
Between here and Fairmont.
Microcosm. And
to anybody listening who don't know, Fairmont is literally a part of Quebec.
The Quebec border.
20 minutes away from where we live. So.
We straddle the Quebec border hard.
Yeah. It's
not
terrible. Very far.
It bleeds over sometimes, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, we have a lot of. We get a lot of French people per capita.
You can spot them in a crowd, though. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Spot them on the road because they're terrible drivers, and spot them in the crowd just because they look French.
Yeah.
The almondy faces and the, they do. They're like aliens. They have these almond-shaped faces with like this pointy little chin, and like all the women have like these long black overcoats with like, you know, the big thick rimmed glasses and like way too much spray tan and black hair that's stuck up.
And you
know,
can,
both of you know,
they're
I'm
almost
another species.
anorexic.
Yeah.
They're always so skinny.
And
is very, very noticeable for generally the French women. I
think it's
have to
just
say
the-
that's
I think it might
actually
just
a true
be the, like,
stereotype.
The Vermontians.
Yeah.
It seems like
Yeah, that's
Vermont
true,
is its
too.
own microcosm of a fashion and a style and a way of existing.
because we all tend to work with a lot of French people. And
Yes.
they're not all like Vermont. Vermont is just a terrible, terrible place.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a terrible, terrible place, too. And it's just on a different level because we're just so isolated.
I'm sure
and-
there's like 3 dudes up in Vermont in a basement recording a podcast in French saying the same thing about us.
Could be.
The Labradorians, they're stupid, eh?
Didn't see their cheech.
Yeah, sounded more like
Oh,
Chuck.
God.
Hey, man, the Labradorians, man, they're some stupid, eh?
Dave's not here, man.
Oh God!
I
Remember
don't
that?
know what you're saying.
times-
See, it's better when I'm drunk.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just we all think it's better. It's like
Maybe
when-
that's what it is.
you know, like,
But I listen to it sober. I don't listen to the episodes drunk. I listen to the episodes. I just record them
I
drunk.
usually
Or
listen to
drinking.
episodes hungover.
Dan's like a surprise every time.
Yeah. It's still recording.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
still recording.
So
It's
yeah.
just-
So what are we going to talk about this fine evening?
Yeah.
I had an idea because I was reading an article about superheroes
Okay.
and their reaction to becoming superheroes as a character. And
How unbelievable it is?
no, because like you just take a random bog standard person, and if you give them either superpowers or super like amount of money, become like Lex. So money and intelligence equals supervillain, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or they become powers, or in like a case of Iron Man, power and money equals Iron Man suit. So, what makes a villain a villain, and what makes a hero a hero? And
Right.
some villains start out as heroes with really good intentions, but they kind of just turn evil or something. And I was just thinking, if you had like powers thrust upon you, would you be a hero or a villain?
I can say this right now. If I had superpowers that I could do something that I cannot do, such as flight or invisibility or anything like that, it would be like giving me breasts for today. Because it would be like if I had breasts, you wouldn't see me because I would be hiding away, playing with them.
You've never
it's
been
just-
a fat man, have you?
No, no,
That's not
No.
Actually, it brings
Not
it
that-
more to
generally,
the,
generally not. But no,
As a man with breasts, it's not that good.
no. Well, okay. Put me in a woman's body.
Okay.
You wouldn't find
What's
me
her
for the
name?
rest of the day. What?
What's her name?
you mean, like,
Ooh, 'cause
Cynthia.
Freaky Friday
Cindy?
style body swap. Like
Yeah.
the
okay.
hot
Yeah.
chick starring Rob Schneider style.
Yeah, you would never find me. So that's the way my superpower would be. I would have to test it out
It would be like
for a
over-
long period of time. I don't know if I would use it for good. Depending on, I guess it would be depending on. No, I'd be a bad guy. No, it's totally
That would
all
go
about
right
the
to your
game.
head?
Yeah.
It's all about the money. It's all about. I'd have to take over and try and.
I think personally, I would just kind of use it for selfish means. Like,
Yeah.
if I had the ability to fly, I would not own a car anymore. I would just
That's a
fly.
good move,
I would just
isn't it?
fly everywhere. I wouldn't help anybody. I wouldn't not help anybody. Like,
you
I would
wouldn't
just
like come over to my apartment and like fly me to work
yeah.
in the morning.
I would be like more.
Yeah, but
like
you'd have to be strong as well if you can fly.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you
Well,
have
how
to
far
carry
down-
somebody.
How
and-
far down this rabbit hole can we go? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think I would be more of like a DBZ character, but like just I'd forgot. I'd be like Piccolo.
just grow back arms. and-
Yeah, just kind of like I'm off in this mountain, floating around, just being cool by myself, and
You could
not
be.
willing to help anybody. But like if it's kind of like I have to do it, all right, I guess I can use these
just
awesome
stand
things
in
for
front of
good
this
things.
thing and take one for the
Otherwise,
kid.
I'd just like kind of take extended vacations. I would love to be able to run fast like the Flash. That would be a cool power too.
I can honestly say if I had, I don't know, let's say, okay, let's use a template here. If you had Superman's power, you know what I mean?
So you would have every power.
You would, so you have
Mm.
all that.
It'd be,
Would you then become a villain or would you become a hero?
I'd be a villain for sure.
It would
I'd be a
prob-
villain for sure.
I'd probably start out with good intentions, but like it's one of those things that you think you maybe are doing something right, but like it could be evil in the eyes of someone else. Like if you're helping, say if Superman just decided to help the states win the war anywhere or whatever, like
So then
wouldn't
would
he
you
be
call,
a villain in someone else's eyes?
I would be ruler supreme.
He would just like
I would
You'd
be
be-
ruler supreme, and if anybody goes against me, I'd burn their head off.
You'd be Doomsday Superman.
Yep.
Okay.
I would burn their face off if they didn't listen to me, and everything must be. I would be I'd take over the world for sure.
See now,
Yep.
what you said, Mike, would you then consider Captain America a villain? Because he fought for the United States against Germany.
yeah, but then at some point he was like, "Nah, not this government, man. Take my shield. I don't need it."
Well,
I
that's
know.
true.
I know one thing. If I was Superman, though, I wouldn't have a house just in the middle of mere mortals. I would build. I'd go
Fortress
up and
of
I would
Solitude.
build a fortress on like the top of Mount Everest,
Smoky Mountain.
because nobody could get me there,
Mount Smoke.
and I could bring. And if I wanted people up there, I'd bring them up.
Well,
Although no, the
if
air
you
is
had to
very,
bring anything
no.
up, you'd have to bring it up yourself. Like, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
but I'm Superman, so I.
Yeah,
can
you
do
just do it like that.
Yeah, but see, if I think if I
But the air is so thin up there,
if
mere
I
mortals
was-
wouldn't last.
if I was Superman and I had Superman's powers, I think like Mike, I think I'd start and want to be like good, but then eventually I'd be like, you know what, these people suck. How about I burn them all? This is
Yeah.
with my eyes.
So I'm way
Or-
better than all this. I'm so much more
Yeah, but I
above
wouldn't burn
this.
hot ones.
Here's
What
make a
if they're-
perfect utopia.
But I don't know, because then again, like what makes a superhero good? What would you then define as good as opposed to evil? You know, and one man's freedom
Status
fighter
quo.
is the other man's terrorist, sort of thing. Like, what if?
Status quo.
Yeah, but what if like in
Maintaining life for everybody as it is now. So, hence.
do you know? So the greater good, sort of like the greater, what is it?
Yeah.
The good of the many outweigh the good of the few.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
who said that?
exactly.
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Darth Vader said that in one of the movies, or comics or something. So,
Okay.
like, the Empire is a one unified government. They eradicated so many things. They eradicated all drug use. They eradicated most crime. They made one, galaxy-wide currency. They were a crazy oppressive government, but
They
created-
eradicated Alderaan.
yeah. But I mean, you know what I mean, right? Like they created.
They
a lot
were
of jobs
looking
and
for
stuff.
love in all the wrong places.
Oh.
But you know what I mean? Like I read an article about that. Like how much would it cost? See if they took like the weight of the Death Star, and it's like, well, it's made out of this material, and it was this big and had this many people in it because they had all these schematics, and like it created this many jobs, and it altered the galaxy-wide market by this much.
Well, was it at Clerks that they were having this conversation of like all the like normal people that were probably on the Death Star?
I refuse to
Yeah,
watch.
they
Kevin
So,
they
like,
said it would
they
have
weren't-
to be private contractors because.
Yeah, like they were building it, and like obviously the Empire had to go somewhere to like hide. And like, what about like just like the friggin' janitors? Or, like, I'm sure they have cafetoriums in there.
Oh, I mean, just the amount of people to run
So
that
it's
place
just like
would have
some-
had to been insane.
So like, there's probably like some blue collar, like someone's grandma's in there, just like flipping sloppy joes for like the stormtroopers in between
Yep.
shifts, and like
I know you like them extra
sloppy, lady, you're scaring us.
well, and that's the funny thing. They never did sort of give any sort of.
It's just like the Empire's bad.
It's
These guys
a
are
huge.
good.
It's the size of a planet, and it's
Small
a
moon.
space station, and there was people
Pardon.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you've seen just in the regular halls, there was always a stormtrooper or two walking, or
Little
three or
droids running
four.
around, yeah.
Well,
Well, even like
droids, they're
something the size of the
expendable.
Enterprise, like there's like freaking families and all kinds of like other people on the Enterprise.
Mhm.
It's not just like the main dozen people that you are featured in the show. Like there's
That's
thousands
sorta-
of people on the Enterprise.
That sort of opens up questions about
514.
being
Pardon moi.
putting these ships into dangerous situations. Then, so I never watched a lot of Star Trek, so I never knew if they were putting the ship into danger or the danger just found them.
What do you mean?
Because
I watch a lot of Star Trek.
okay, so the captains when they take the ship to go somewhere, and they would go close to a sun, for example, was it because they just got
have,
pulled
like-
too close to the sun, or there was a situation that pulled them too close to
well,
the sun?
They have like very, very powerful shielding. The sun does not matter to them. You can fly
Okay,
through,
I
some of them
understand
fly
that,
through
but-
suns. So
but
like,
you're
what do you mean?
putting
Well, the
putting
whole
this ship
point of
full
Star Trek
people.
is that they're
explorers.
they're mapping the galaxy. They're trying to just figure out what's out there.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
because-
Making contact with.
So everybody had a reason to be on there
Yeah.
for the ship's
They're not
purpose,
just like
just-
avoiding things just for the sake of avoiding. They're
Okay,
like,
yeah,
what is
that's
this
true.
weird thing? We're gonna check it
It-
out.
yeah.
That's true.
map it
Yeah,
out.
the lunch lady probably she might have had a couple of cats, but she had her own room, and somebody had to feed them their Klingon.
Klingon Warnog.
You know, their Ferengi pasta or whatever.
I think I know what you're
I don't
talking
know what
about.
they
Yeah,
eat.
but the thing is about Star Trek in the original series, it was the 5-year mission. They're running around and exploring and discovering. Oh, it's
Quack.
Klingons. And then
Okay.
Quack.
it's Romulans. But the Enterprise D, which is the Next Generation,
D Enterprise.
is ABCD. And,
They gave her the D.
And they would sort of, it was a continuing mission.
Oh, okay.
And but they were the flagship of the Federation fleet. They had the best of everything. They had the biggest minds, biggest
Okay.
minds. And they it was sort of like their directive as the flagship and as all this, that they had to investigate sort of things, scientific things and scientific discovery and exploring. That was their thing, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't like it wasn't a warship. It was very, very capable, but it wasn't a warship. It was.
But you gotta be able
No,
to
I
defend
know.
yourself if
yeah,
crap
it was
goes
very,
down.
it was very, very capable. Like it
Quack.
fucked up a lot of things, but you know. What
Yeah,
I mean?
it just
Is that what you-
as a captain, you'd have to. I mean, there's a lot of people that you're thinking about. It's not just like
Yeah, but they
you and 5 other guys.
they knew what
that-
they were signing on for.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Because
they,
the
they were there to
Federation-
do a job to keep that size of a spaceship going.
They
because-
knew what they were signing on for when they
Yeah.
went to the Enterprise. They would go, well, this is like the most groundbreaking
Well,
new.
so why? But that opens up another ethical question, though. If you know that you're going into this situation where there's always danger lurking around you, why would you start a family? Why would you bring children onto this situation? I understand if you're there for 20, 30 years and you just got busy and was given to D and made some children and just was like, oh, there they are, pop them out, and there you go. But
I would say that the job pays pretty dang sweet.
There
and
is
it's
no
probably
currency in the 24th century.
did they say that? Did they
25th
say it was
century,
there's
yeah.
a lot of
What did
money?
they-
The
to-
Federation has eradicated currency.
Oh, so everyone's
Oh.
fine forever.
Everyone is. There's no.
This
you don't
is a
get
place
paid.
to live. It's like the cardboard boxes.
So they're just doing it for the glory,
They're doing it for
Oh.
the glory and the personal like
to the
Achievement.
better of humanity and
Yeah.
all of
and all
future
the,
endeavors.
And all the
Okay.
people and species within the Federation. Like there's no.
Yeah.
I don't think like anything except for the Ferengi really sort of deal, and the Ferengi deal in gold-plated latinum.
All right.
I have watched too much Star Trek over the years, man.
You can never watch
Even
too much
Joe
Star Trek.
knows even more than I do.
I know Joe is pretty intense. We need to
Joe,
get him
that's
on here
crazy.
for like
Yeah.
a full thing.
Oh God!
But anyway,
Yeah.
that was So
That was good.
I don't. It came up lately in on a website that I go to that a lot of people think. Okay, we're talking about Star Wars again because
All right.
the Death Star. You know the trench that runs right below the disc where the laser shot out.
Yeah.
You know, remember
Side
there
of
was
the
a
womp, right?
that trench that ran the whole circumference right around the outside.
Yeah.
Do you know that that's not the trench that Luke and them were in?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the trench is actually along the very top.
the exhaust port.
It's almost it was multiple.
There's like a bunch of
Yeah, a
trenches,
bunch
yeah,
of them
yeah.
that sort of came like a star shape on your keyboard.
Yeah.
That's what it was, and it was right in like above that circular laser area is the trench, and it came down to the end right there, and that's what about. No, it's just the screen's off.
Okay, sorry.
It's all good. It's still
worrying me.
recording. Yeah, it's saving battery.
Okay, that's worrying me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
don't worry.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Chill out. Take it easy.
But yeah,
No, I'm just
like
kidding. Yeah.
I knew that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have this big book. My uncle was super into Star Wars when it first came out.
Mhm.
So we had like these huge detailed books of like the blasters and all the science behind it, and
Oh yes, boy.
yeah, and like Death Star and all the ships. It was like a big book full of all the ships of Star Wars.
Okay.
And it was like sort of that like sort of cutaway view, like it was like a ship and then like part of it sliced off, and you could see like the engine and
Yeah.
see all this stuff like that. And I used to love that as a kid. So yeah, I knew that much. Yeah.
Well, I never really thought about it until this person brought it up.
But you
But
figured
yeah,
that
because I
it's a big-
remember
you
to
could see it. Big trench.
until But I never really put no mind to it, because if you remember too, though, the trench ends
Yeah.
With the
when
exhaust
he
pipe.
drops the bombs and they go down to shoot. You can tell that it's the end of the trench. The trench is only finite. It's not a continuous. It's not like they just went around and around and around and around. But it opens a question.
Yeah.
Why did they have to fly through the trench to get to the end if they knew that the exhaust port
It
was
right
at the end?
Why couldn't they just
Why
go
didn't they
right
just
down
come
to the end?
and fly straight down at it and
Because-
shoot straight in?
There were so many towers and turbo lasers pointed up that if you go down the trench, you have cover from that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Because
yeah,
there
that's
were
true
guns
too,
like,
yes.
and because they said, you worry about those fighters, let me worry about the tower, because the tower was like a huge gun.
They were all shooting straight out, so you
Yeah,
couldn't come
because
in
it
at a
would- that
straight.
would be the-
Yes, that's true too. You had to come in and fly down in through the trench.
I suppose
Okay.
they would want to protect their one weakness.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they figured, well, this is a huge
Quack.
off station
yeah.
with like TIE fighters out the ass and all these.
If
big
you were
things.
coming at a direct angle and going at it,
And
they
it's-
would have lasers shooting and
Yeah.
they would hit you. But if you went through a
Snub
trench,
fighters, they're so
you
small.
wouldn't get.
Raiding our turbo lasers.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember they were always like, yeah, I remember that now.
Because
It makes sense,
because
I liked it when it blew up.
and that's why they had to send out their TIE fighters to
Ship to
clear out the trench, right?
Mm.
It's trench warfare.
God, do you know the number one cause of death in World War I trench warfare?
Would have been
Disease.
malnutrition,
No.
disease, drowning. Yeah, because of the water.
That blows my mind. Like, just because I remember doing like a project, and I think I was grade 10 or grade 9 in Canadian history. I think Canadian history or world history. I think it's Canadian history, and doing a project on trench warfare. And I was just like reading up on it, and sort of it like just blowing my mind. The unbelievably bad, like
Situations.
like
Some of the
that
stuff
conditions.
that you like,
Yeah.
that like, it's almost unbelievable that would actually happen.
Well, it made the most sense at the time.
Well, obviously, yeah, but like even like going like, I like going back and looking at like old war photos.
Yeah.
Some
Just
of them
because
are
it's
haunting.
so messed up. Not that like
Thinking-
oh I love this, but like it's really interesting to go back and look at like
Think about how one battle, if it lasted 3 days, okay? Think about the term of 3 days in battle. That's 72 hours, right?
yeah
That's a long time to be worried about getting shot in the face.
yeah you're not sleeping like
You're
Your
not.
nerves,
You'll-
You're
just
up.
be nerves, right?
Yeah,
your body
you're
will
drinking
shut down
coffee,
at some
like-
point and you will like pass out for so long until you have like a friggin' night
Yeah.
terror or you hear a bomb go off.
Or-
You're up.
yeah, exactly.
Do you know that?
How
And then
exhausted would
you're
they have
running on
been?
pure fumes. No wonder like people like
Mm.
experience like shell shock and
They
are
used to call it
nuts.
battle fatigue
Yeah.
Yeah.
because your nerves, like your system, would just be so on edge and so.
Well, they would have to relieve them at
overstimulated.
some point. Like they have
Yeah.
to like switch out one
Yeah.
battalion for another.
But They didn't think it was that big of a deal in World War One.
They're like,
World War
but
II,
just
they
keep
did.
doing it, just keep doing it. Yeah, because at the
Well-
two they were like, we kind of know, we kind of know what we're doing by now. We're fine.
But yeah, like the Battle of Somme in France.
Some battle.
The Battle of Somme with like it was pretty much every major power except Russia.
Yeah.
It was all Germany and Hungary versus the Allies. Huge Canadian presence there, by the way, Canadian and Newfoundland, and the battle was 2.5 weeks.
Like, think about that. Yeah.
2.5 weeks? That's like
That's
a paycheck and a half.
long
Yeah.
time to be
Alert
Fighting.
and awake
Constantly
and, like,
on edge.
constantly on edge. And
Yeah.
you know, we live in a very relaxed time.
Very
we're-
the longest peace.
we're not
longest
even-
peacetime
Yeah.
in the
We
history of
work
the world.
for 8 hours a day, 12 hours a
not for
day,
longer.
but it's not. Once you're done
We're not
for the
being shot
day,
at.
you're not exactly. You're not being shot at. You go home, you forget about your job. These people are living.
Like, just the
a-
job 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. And this
Yeah.
is not. Well, they could give up and just stand up and get their head blown off, and that would have been the end of it, and they'd be sleeping good for good. But that's not
That's
really.
one way
That's
to put it.
Not an option.
counterintuitive
But-
to the job,
You
right?
don't win wars but get shot in the head.
Yeah, exactly. So
But yeah, like just the unbearableness. Like I remember like reading. I have a book of like Newfoundland war letters
Yeah.
and like stories about people.
CBC did like a special on that, like sometime. I think it was last summer. They were actually someone reading
I
those letters.
I listened to it all. It was amazing.
Oh man.
And there was one story about like this one guy from somewhere in the Avalon Peninsula, and because they all had to go to St. John's
Yeah.
to like be shipped off on the ship, and there was a story about like this guy was like, yeah man, the war's gonna be awesome, it's gonna go over by Christmas, and then he went
Yeah.
over and he just came back
wasn't.
like super traumatized, like
Yeah.
talking about falling asleep and like being woken up because he was being chewed on by rats and stuff.
Yeah.
His feet would swell up, like he couldn't wear boots because he's got trench foot in both feet, and like having to suck on rocks and dirt to eat something, and spitting out the rocks and dirt, and just trying to get
Messed up
moisture
stuff.
out of mud. And I'm like, oh my
It's-
god,
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't know what
No.
they went through. We have
Right.
no idea. No.
You couldn't even mentally comprehend
no, it was,
those situations.
That's right.
because I mean we this is a terrible. This is not even.
This
a funny
is very
episode.
dark. by
This
the
is
way.
not a funny episode.
It's because
so
you're
far.
a history nerd.
Yeah.
I am a very big history nerd.
But to bring it back to video games, war never changes.
What a ham-handed
Yeah.
segue, but thank you.
War.
Yeah, that's right.
War never
Boys,
changes.
Call of Duty ain't real.
No. Oh my god! I want this one last thing I want to talk about. There was this friggin' like there's this video about like in World War One, and it was history and that, and there was a comment. Oh god, the comment section in normal videos on YouTube is a mine.
Pretty much, yeah.
And there was like this bunch of obviously idiot kids who just play COD,
Yeah.
commenting
yeah.
and like talking to each other in the comments. It was like, I don't understand like why the guys like just couldn't run into the enemy and just shoot all their heads. I was like, I'd love to.
Oh my sweet
I know.
honorable.
And it was like
because it takes more than one. It generally don't take more than one bullet to kill a person.
But
One bullet will do it.
Yeah. And I don't think you're going to be running head on,
Yeah.
charging into battle at hotmail.com when you've got
Joe's old
so
email.
many people shooting at you and you're like on edge and you've been sleep deprived for so long and you
Yeah.
probably haven't eaten in days other than like rations of.
Real
God
life
knows
is
what.
not video games.
Yeah, it's just not. You can't just run up somebody and like from the chest and be like, okay, that's fine.
Well, your
He's not gonna just-
self-preservation, your self-preservation kicks in as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going. It only takes one. Like,
Yeah.
It only takes one bullet to take
Yeah.
you down.
It doesn't
You're
matter if you
not
get
going
clipped in
to.
the arm. If you get clipped in the arm, you could be like.
You could be infected. There
They'll
was no like
frig you out.
antibiotics in World
Yeah.
War One.
That's right.
They just shoot you up with some friggin' morphine and hope
Cut
you
your arm off.
survive.
That's right.
But
I
jeez.
got shot in the hand. Well, cut your arm off.
Yeah.
All
oh,
right,
shit.
then. Here, chew on this belt.
At least I'm
Yeah,
still alive.
Exactly.
But yeah, like that really, really got me on my nerves so much because, I mean, not to sort of talk crap about like modern generations of kids. They really, really don't understand. But
Well, I mean, they
even
really should
some
kind
people
of
of our
have some kind of
generation-
understanding of why it is they can play those games
They
and
should be
why they are
smacked.
where they are now.
You should.
They should be
you should be
smacked.
able to smack kids. You
I mean, they
can't, though.
teach that crap in school. Like they have Remembrance Day and
a lot
like
of them
Yeah,
don't.
but I don't think they. I don't think they pay attention.
probably not too busy on their Snapchats looking at each other's dicks. I don't know what kids do nowadays.
But yeah, like,
They do that stupid dance where you put your arm across your
dab?
face.
dab. I
Dab.
hate
Is that what that is? What
Dab.
like
What is it? I don't know. I
What's
don't know
it
what
for?
it means. We all sound so old.
I am old, so
Well,
I'm 29.
We're all pretty old.
But yeah, like it really bothered me, and I was like, "What is wrong with you kids?" I'm like, "Ooh," and I was like, "Okay, I got to disconnect."
yeah.
And then I sort of closed the browser, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna just not look at the computer for a minute." And then I just did something else. But yeah, like
What's wrong with the generation today?
Get off my lawn, you kids.
You goddamn punks.
but yeah, like
Well, if you want to bring this from a less depressing angle,
Please.
Yeah.
and we can talk about something scary. I don't know.
yes.
Well, scary in a way. I
Scary
wanted to
Terry.
talk about and figure out what kind of video games you guys are scared to play. Now, before
I'll tell you something scary. My retirement package is going to be gross. I'm
Indeed.
sorry. I had to go there. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, games you're scared to go back and play or play at all. And
I took when you said scared, I took it literally.
yeah,
But
I'll let you guys.
What do you mean scared to? Well, okay.
you don't want to
Talk
ruin. You don't
because
want to
I
take
don't know
off
what you
your
mean.
rose-colored glasses.
No, I will keep this veil over my face about what how I'm scared to go back and do a thing and do or scared to approach something.
anything that's not on the current or even the last gen of video game systems, because I go back and revisit anything on the PS1 and I find it looks like garbage.
It ruins your
Oh, I
good memories of it.
can't take it. I can't take it. It's like, why does it look so blocky? Why is it?
All that.
Even if you go back and like previous
look
like
fun
look at a
anymore.
PS3 game, it's kind of like, ew. Just, oh boy.
Oy, well, like, you know,
Oy, hey.
the
Did
first
this-
Fear game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good game though.
It's a good game.
like the Spyro games on the PlayStation. I love them.
man, they are
Had such a
iconic.
good time. I turned it on one time and it was just like,
It's just like flat green islands floating in the middle of blue nothing
I know,
with no texture barely and
I'm not-
anything happening.
I don't mean like the
Is that what you meant by
Graphics?
scared?
Well,
graphics.
kind
Like the dragons just look like
Little blocky pieces
a,
of crap.
a block with their heads were made out of a block and
But at the time, you're like,
a pyramid.
the
Mind
pictures,
blown.
they're moving.
Yeah, it was gross, and it was just like, I like this so much, and looking at the backgrounds, the background like the mountains were just basically a pyramid shape painted green, and it was just like, how did I get around in these games? Everything looks like just a flat plane.
It all looks
How
like
did-
Bubsy 3D, and you're like,
How did you
Yes.
tell where you're supposed to go? You know?
but at the
Exactly,
time, you're
but I
like,
did at the
look at
time.
this huge 3D realm I can explore.
All
Yeah.
three
it's not
dimensions.
2D side scrollers anymore.
I can
It's-
move three-dimensionally.
But
Yeah.
like you said, scared. So two things came to my mind immediately.
Yeah.
And they meant literal scaredness because I
Yeah.
have quite a bad phobia about being underwater and drowning.
Yeah.
And like underwater, where you know, like, because here where we live in the Atlantic Ocean, I think once the Atlantic Ocean gets so cold,
Yeah.
the water just kind of turns black.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
you
very-
can't see.
yeah.
nothing.
And it is, to me, to look down into like dark water when you're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Although I love going a boat, I love fishing, absolutely love it.
But you can't think about what's
But I-
actually underneath you too hard.
Exactly.
Because it
Because
will
if you
just-
think about
No.
the distance,
It'll absolutely destroy my brain and
Yeah.
I'll become freaked
I wouldn't
out.
say that's a
That's-
phobia of mine, but it is like a constant thing that I would be very uncomfortable with. Just the complete vastness of the ocean.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like if I was like the most terrible situation for me, I think, is to be like brought out into the middle of the ocean and thrown off of a boat, or to get kicked out of
Yeah.
a
What
plane
kind of
and just
mafia are
land.
you messing around with?
Well, I'm into some shit.
Quack.
No,
taking the ferry across from the island of Newfoundland to
And just
Nova
falling and then
Scotia,
bobbing in the middle of nowhere.
going
with-
out on the deck and looking down and seeing
Yeah.
that dark
Mm.
black water. It's just like scared the crap
It's
out
a
of me when I
very-
was a kid. So.
It's a
Yeah.
very, like, it makes you feel so small.
And
Yeah.
you know what? I actually felt that kind of dread once playing Shadow of the Colossus.
It just showed that picture.
Yes, when that like water boss,
see, I
there was
wouldn't play that.
or like
some
a
areas-
flying pterodactyl boss.
I just remember having to swim across these sections,
Hmm.
and it actually had that sort of where it looks down over you while you're swimming,
Yeah.
and it's just like dark. And I actually felt that fear of dread because that game is so quiet. There's no background
No,
noises
yeah.
other than
the
when
ambient
you're-
background and the music when you actually see the Colossus and you're fighting.
Like
I've never
there's-
actually played that game.
You
It's,
never?
It's
No.
great.
Okay, do PlayStation 3 play on PlayStation 4?
PlayStation 2. PS2.
Yeah, but there was a
No,
bundle.
I have a redo.
There was a
of-
HD pack with
It's a
Ico
beautiful,
and Shadow
awesome,
Colossus.
fun game.
But
Last Guardian just came out not that long ago too.
Did it?
The like third from that group that they've been like teasing
Yeah, they've been-
since
it's
PS2
been
era.
Worked on forever.
I think it just came out.
You did. But I was just looking up a picture I keep seeing because I go on the 4chan a lot and I go on the X board, which is like.
Oh, the old 4chan there.
Okay.
And there's a picture like because you know what hydromechanophobia
Where you
is?
see like a sunken ship just.
Yeah. Oh, I even thinking about it makes my chest hurt.
Yeah, I kind of am with you on that a bit.
But there's a picture here. I zoomed it in.
Zoomed
so
in on
so
it.
you can see what it is, but show it to Mike and then zoom the picture out. But
Okay.
while you're showing that to him,
It's a water droplet. No, it's
That's a guy.
Somebody falling.
but
Oh,
Quack.
there is a section of a
what's in
game.
there?
Nothing. There's nothing in that water. It's all just
No,
dark.
no, there's something there.
I think
Looks
it's
like
one of those
hand.
because they shoehorn Cthulhu in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's
But-
what it is, man.
Yeah, but that's the original picture doesn't have him in there.
Okay.
But there's a section of a game, a AAA released here recently, and a section of like a story campaign I just cannot play, because there's one point where you have to steal something on a ship, so you have to arrange to get like a crane operator. You have to arrange to get like a submarine,
Yeah.
a little personal sub or whatever, like one of those personal submarines.
Yeah.
Those
and you
little
have to-
yellow submarines.
You have to cut it like a hole and then take the thing with the submarine. And I could not play the submissions just
No?
because, and even in like around the dock,
Yeah.
because the water was like black and you could see all like the wavy little pieces
Yeah.
of kelp, and I was like, "Ugh, enough of that."
So
That's why I love H.P. Lovecraft stuff so much, because it is about
Underwater
real
world
horror
gods.
and
the
fear of the
physical realm
unknown.
of-
Yeah, and a lot of his things, like, Cthulhu sleeps in the bottom of the ocean, and it's all about like these people on like boats going somewhere, and then this island just rises up out of nowhere,
And you're like,
and there's all this like millions of eons old things there, and then it'll just like disappear again. And like even the deep ones from Shadow over Innsmouth, those like half fish men who
Mm.
like will just mess around with people, and even the idea of these millions of years old space gods basically that traveled to this earth and were here and now are just laying dormant, and there's no way to stop them, and they are just coming back,
It's freaky. It's something you can't control, right? It's
Yeah.
something so big and you feel so small.
which is the
Yeah.
best thing
But-
about Lovecraft stuff. But yeah,
But that's one thing. That's why I wanted to say, like, just that part of GTA 5. When you have to cut, that's what it was, GTA 5. And you had to get a little personal submarine running around.
yeah,
Now, I remember playing it with Phil, and Phil absolutely loved the little sub, and he was bombing around doing this and that. And I was like, I can't even look at that.
well, it's like Far Cry 3. I loved that game, but like the parts where you are in a
Oh.
boat and like
Get in the water.
get in the water to hunt sharks, which will kill you.
Yeah.
Not even just
the
that, but, like-
and the sharks were.
And when you're swimming in the water and it's
See, even thinking about it is making
Yeah.
me uncomfortable. Like,
That
I'm
stuff is
shifting. You
kinda
can't
like-
see it. Ooh.
yeah,
I found the water parts in Far Cry when you had the sharks around. It's just because it was so limited in mobility. But then again, there was a lot of animals that messed you up real fast
Yeah.
in that game
the
too.
tigers.
Yeah,
tigers.
yeah,
Definitely.
as soon as they-
Lions, tigers, oh my.
Oh yeah.
Lions, tigers, bears, all
But
my.
yeah, that was one. That was
What was your other scary
Um,
game scared to go back and
I can't, because I can. We have to be Alien Isolation.
yeah, for the
like-
same kind of reason, because
Well, it's really claustrophobic. It's really sort of the antithesis, where this is just I'm way too small and everything's big and dark. This one's I'm in a little metal like corridor and there's an alien running after me.
Mm-hmm.
and
And
there's nowhere you can possibly
those are, like,
go
my
because
two-
you're trapped in a space station.
yeah, and those are my two biggest. Like, whenever I play either of those like games, I have nightmares. And
I
that's
can
what
see
it's
that.
about.
Yeah,
You shouldn't play those games.
But I absolutely
love 'em.
live for that feeling of like fear.
I can get
Oh,
behind
yeah?
that.
Weird.
Because I do
Yeah, I
get
don't
freaked
care
out
for
after
that.
like when I'm reading like some real ass horror stuff, or like going back and watching like true crime things of like these like forensic files, or these like
Mm.
old timey serial killers and stuff like that. Like stuff like that kind of freaks me out.
This
Like,
episode isn't very funny.
It's
no,
not.
It's pretty serious. You want to hear about my game? I'm scared to play.
Okay, sure.
It's a game called Stardew Valley.
Uh,
Stardew
Really?
Valley.
So it's pretty much Harvest Moon.
Yeah. And Harvest Moon in general.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I say scared to go and play, I'm not scared because it's a scary game. I'm scared to go play it because I know that my life will end.
because
Because
you
I will
stuck to
only
it.
be doing this game forever, because it's
That addictive?
everything about Harvest Moon that I love, which was a very addictive game for me to begin with,
It is a very
but
addictive
like
Oh, okay.
made streamlined and better,
game.
and
So
just
there's more good and less bad.
exactly, and there's just more things. It's like because there's like dungeon crawling bits with like monsters, and it's road like, so the dungeons are constantly randomized. So it's like Rune Factory but better.
Rune Factory was good.
I played all of them on the DS,
I know you
and
did.
yeah,
I'm,
I played
I'm
them
s-
multiple times.
I'm scared to pop Dark Souls into my PlayStation
Same
Oh,
thing,
God.
yeah.
because I know it's hard. I keep hearing that it's hard,
hmm
and I hate getting frustrated. But I want to see what it's all about.
Like when
It's
the
one
mixer,
of those things. It's
when the mixer doesn't work now and then, I can see you getting frustrated.
yeah, like yeah, exactly. At
I can
least
see like when
turn
you've
it off,
collected you've collected so many souls and you haven't seen a bonfire in so long, and you're like,
Afraid to die, and you're
and
like
then
terrified.
Yeah.
some BS little dude comes up and pushes you off a ledge,
Skeleton with a
and then you
bow.
lose all your souls,
and
and
there's
you're like,
stupid deaths in that game, from what I gather.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should just sell it again.
What is it on PS3 or PS4?
PS3.
Is there backwards compatibility on PS4?
That's what I'm asking you. You're the one with
Because
the
I will
PS3.
take that off your hands in a second.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you
Uh,
can take it because I'm not playing it right
okay.
now.
Okay.
You want to take it home and try it out?
I will.
I'll
let
get it
you
for
know.
you after, before you leave.
Although I always say I hate those games, I want to play it so bad.
Yeah.
Mm.
Try it out. Yeah.
Do you even praise the sun?
Do you even lift, bro?
That's like that was like the continuation of that meme because in Dark Souls there's like this, I don't know if they are like undead or whatever people,
Yeah.
the player characters, and they're like, praise the sun, this, that, and this, bro, do you even praise the sun? But yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I've never like played. Well, I've played WoW a little bit just because you forced me.
Oh god, I'm so sorry about that.
But like, I never had that like drive to go on and like obsess about it and do that with it. But like,
yeah, glad you didn't. It is very soul sucking.
but like that's what those Harvest Moon games are for me. And like I know the Stardew Valley is going. It would be the same.
I want to
Exact
get
same
it.
thing.
I really want to get it because I want to try it.
It looks.
A lot of people said it's really good.
I've heard nothing but great things. I've heard all the things like it's Harvest Moon, but better. Because it's the same people who made it. They just also make this game, but they're still also making Harvest Moon, and Harvest Moon is not good anymore.
Well, that's.
But
I'm going to throw out a question.
Yes.
If there was an HD remake to basically, and we're not talking about like taking something like, we're talking about old here. Anything that really needs a graphical update and brought it out for the current gen systems, what would you pick to have an HD remake of? Something, and okay, no offense, but let's leave
1.
Ocarina of Time because it was already redone.
Think StarCraft 1.
What's there to upgrade?
I don't know anything, everything.
But you're
I
just
don't
looking
care
at
if
like
it's
Even
you're
higher res than it is.
you're
my
looking
answer.
at a map.
Well, yeah.
There's like nothing.
I don't care.
You're just looking at like
Make the
That's my
add
answer.
extra,
What graphics?
add 3 extra pixels per.
That's my answer, and I stand by it.
okay.
Yeah.
I can't fault
Okay.
you for
No.
What would you?
that. Would definitely have to be something on the N64.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I would
yep.
say Banjo-Kazooie, but they already did.
Ah,
They already did
I just
Well, they
because
sort of smoothed out the graphics.
for
It's
the
just-
yeah.
but I don't think they really did much in the terms
I-
of.
if they did it like nuts and bolts style, that would be pretty cool.
I take
Yeah.
my
But
answer
that's
back.
not my answer.
I take my answer back, and you are right to criticize me because you can just play StarCraft 2.
It's the
I'm
same
gonna
thing.
say Diddy Kong Racing.
Hey now, we have
You
All
you were,
Star.
yeah, you were talking about that earlier today.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would definitely have to be something from the N64, PS1.
Something high,
for me.
like high polygon, like PS1,
Yeah.
64. Even some PS2 games are a little bit rough. Like I know they did a HD thing of Silent Hill 2. No, that was
No.
not well
No,
done.
Because the thing is about Silent Hill 2, they finally cleaned it up a lot. There was no like random dirt, random stuff.
It's supposed to be dirty and gritty and
It's-
dark, and you can't.
film grainy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. So
But-
and like Silent Hill 1, the
The
limitations were,
made the game.
exactly the whole like fog. You can't see anything.
You know,
was
the skinless
a part of it.
dogs look crazy because of the
Yeah.
PS1's
So
processing
you wouldn't
power.
really want to like break that aesthetic.
Yeah.
They only made fog because they couldn't render everything at the same
Yeah,
time.
and it
That's
worked
right.
to their
the
benefit.
draw distance was
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
short. They added the
like
fog
Superman
and-
64.
Oh my
I
God.
don't remember that game so much.
I've watched the Angry
AVGN.
Nerd.
Yeah,
Yeah, Angry Nerd talking about that game and it just looks so
cruddy.
boring. Just
boring,
boring.
and
Flying
cruddy.
through hoops.
Flying through
well
hoops.
made, like not well made at all.
It's not well. Yeah,
Mm.
it's not good.
What time check there, Mark, please? What time are we at?
I would say for my real answer of high res thing would be Super Mario RPG,
Oh my god.
The Secret of the Seven Stars. Where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it would just be. It
'Cause
would
it
be
was
an
that-
up-res, so
yeah. I would like to
add
see
more
it done
detail
with
to
like
it.
actual.
3G models.
Yeah.
So that it was.
So it's not like that Donkey Kong Country like rendered 3D on a 2D
Okay.
plane like
Yeah.
blocking.
with today's
Yeah.
Super Mario
Even
models.
yeah, not
and
even
a 3D version of that.
Not
so
even
it's-
3D. I would like to see it done like the new Mario and Luigi games, where
the Superstars. No.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi
Bowser's
Superstar
Inside
Saga or
Story.
whatever. What
yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of
Bowser's
them.
Inside, yeah.
Bowser's Inside Story. Was it Sleep Team or Luigi's?
So basically, it's just higher res redrawn. So
Yeah.
basically, DuckTales redo.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
Ooh.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
just
making a new
nice.
series of DuckTales, eh?
Yeah, they got a new
Yeah,
cast. It's
David
already-
Tennant is going to be Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, and the visuals are more stylistic.
The
I've been watching some old DuckTales, and this show still holds up.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched. I don't think I haven't watched the new episode. I just watched the intro now and then.
Yeah.
No, I,
Just sing along with the song.
The
Like that in Tailspin.
style. Have you seen the new Mickey Mouse shorts that have been out? It's very
No.
almost. The animation is well done, but the style is almost. It's different. It's more open. I don't know how to explain it. It's more. It looks like it's 50s type of drawing, but in a
Steamboat Mickey. So
no.
no,
Well,
that's
no.
like the 20s and 30s.
No.
Thinking more like when you look back and think of Disney cartoons.
Fantasy.
Yeah, it's
Fantasia.
just
Fantasia kind of.
Fantasia.
Yeah.
That's how you would say, yeah.
but it
Fantasia. No, it's
the
not-
colors are more more like Fox and the Hound, because in
Okay.
Fox and the
I-
Hound the
'cause-
backgrounds were very water
I thought you
painterly.
said something else.
Yeah.
Okay, well the backgrounds were watercolors,
Yeah.
I know what
and
you
so
mean.
it wasn't like,
Like the
you'd see
Merlin-
the color would go outside the
like
lines.
the Merlin and the Robin Hood.
Yeah,
All that sort of thing.
well it's like a more less
Like hand
detailed
painted.
version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but they're really well done. The animation is really well done and fun. They're fun shows to watch.
yeah.
I'm
And
glad they're
that's,
not
that's
going
the way
like-
they're going.
I'm glad they're not going Uncanny Valley 3D.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like some of the new kid shows are.
As
like
long as they don't
weird.
go the new Looney Tune level where they just make it a sitcom and Bugs and Daffy have an apartment together and they have banter
What?
like the
Yeah.
Friends. That is
It's
terrible.
What is this,
It,
silent?
it
well
looks
animated.
it looks
It's
great,
really well animated.
but it's so
It's on- it's
stagnant and
called,
boring.
What is it?
They-
You were telling me.
the Bugs Bunny
I think it's just
show.
yeah, that's what is the Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny show or
Something like
Bugs
that.
and Daffy show.
Like
Bugs
there's a
and Daffy
literal
show.
like section the show starts. It's like a outside shot of like their apartment. It cuts inside like Daffy's like doing the dishes and Bugs is like, "What are you doing, Daffy?"
Yeah.
But
Oh,
they-
Bugs is doing dishes. And then there's like
But they
a
live in a hole
real
'cause he's a
down to
rabbit.
earth prop. There's no, it's not cartoony. It's just like,
Stressing me out.
Daffy, you gotta go get a job. We can't pay our light bill.
yeah.
Well, Bugs.
So he doesn't live in a hole.
No, they live in a
Comes
freaking
up, chooses
apartment.
No, there
Carrot.
is one episode where he does move back into the hole and realizes why he moved out of the hole in the beginning.
I hope it was the last episode and then they
Because
repeated the
Daffy
whole thing.
started making all the money.
What does money need to be in cartoons?
well
Exactly.
Other than like
Yeah.
bags with dollar signs on them.
anyway? Yeah,
I don't know.
but
Situational comedy.
have you seen? I'm going to change topic again.
All right.
Cuphead.
What?
Have you seen anything for Cuphead?
Is that like Conehead?
No, it's a video game coming out for the Xbox One called Cuphead.
What is
You
it about?
Isn't it like a
need
guy
to
plays
check
guitar?
it out.
Is it a Connect
The-
game?
No, it is not a Connect game.
I'm thinking
It is a
Buckethead.
little dude with a cup for a head.
Like Shovel Knight.
It is,
Like 2D
It is
kind of
2D.
retro?
but the art style is actually like 50s animation. Literally like that old wobbly Merry Melodies
Oh, yeah.
style.
Where they're always
Oh, it
dancing
is-
because there always has to be something going on.
Yes.
Like when Homer has a thought and it's the like jug band in his head.
Yeah, it's being worked on, and it looks absolutely gorgeous.
That sounds like what Epic Mickey should have been.
Yes, something along them lines. Yeah.
Where he has to go and find Oswald the Rabbit, but it's a cool stylized 2D.
This is going to be a 2D, almost like
Metrovania.
shooter, where Cuphead, and if there's two players, the other guy plays Mugman.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Like it's
Dishing.
going to look awesome. If you haven't looked at it, look at it later.
All right.
Listeners, if you have an Xbox One, let's make this a big seller because it looks absolutely amazing, and let's keep making games like this because
Yeah, I cannot stand to see another brown first-person shooter.
and this is definitely
Not
far
that.
away
I
from
want-
that.
They can have a place. They do deserve to
Niche.
exist, I'm sure. But I also want there to be the original and creative titles.
Yes,
They can't just
And
be the
that's-
same third-person over-the-shoulder action shooter game again.
Cover-based, chest high wall shooter.
Let's just make Gears of War and Uncharted and Call of Duty forever.
And Battlefield. The thing is, the only reason I bought Battlefield 1 is because it was something more World War One.
Yeah.
The only
As
reason.
you've expressed earlier, quite a buff of.
Yes. And I gotta say,
But I mean, that stuff is fun too.
Well, yeah,
We
like
just
I said,
need to.
it has
we
a-
need
it
to
has
ha-
a place.
It can't just be that
That's
all
right.
that all the time. Every game is just that.
Exactly. We do need some different things. I mean, I'm
Which is what's
I'm
great
I'm
about-
a gamer that likes to play different genres right across the board.
Yeah.
I'll play a sports game.
Yeah. NBA Jam.
Like,
Woo.
now see, things about Battlefield, I can only play Battlefield for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because I gotta disconnect from that, because it'll just
You'll get shell shocked.
I'll get like half shell shock.
Oh.
Because I mean, everything in this game is so very realistic. The sound is so very well done.
yeah,
Because like the closer things are to like a tank shoots you, the closer, even the shot. Like even when it's not shot, it's shooting at you. It's
Do you
just,
play with headphones on?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
See, and
oh,
that's
yeah.
where the
No, but
immersion comes in.
I-
It's gonna be.
Everything is so, the HUD is so minimalistic.
Yeah,
It's all just realism.
is all
and-
video.
Even like if you shoot the ground, you'll see like dirt and everything fly away. And if that little piece of dirt hits your screen, it'll kind of stay there for a few minutes, a few
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
And everything's so very realistic. It almost feels, that's how good it is. That's how good it's getting. But
Yeah.
you can only play that for so long.
Yeah, like I agree.
Yeah.
Like I would love to like play a game where it's super realistic and immersive and intense like that. But then at the same time, I want to like jump back and do like Donkey Kong Country Returns or something like that. Some kind of old throwback,
Yeah.
retro, like not even
You
just retro,
know-
but like something
You just disconnect from that. Then you're
like,
like,
ooh,
okay.
okay,
That's-
like all kinds. Like there's a place for everything.
Mm.
That's right.
There's,
That's right.
there's everything has its own place. And then like there's games I play that I get so very invested into that I, it just
Quack.
consumes me.
Like
Like,
Harvest Moon.
I've had games, and I can't think of one right off the bat, but I do know that there's times in games that I have to make a decision in the game, and to me it's almost like, why do I have to make this decision? Because I don't want to change the course of gameplay to negatively affect me, because I don't know if it's going to negatively affect me. What do I choose?
don't you play the Walking
Walking
Dead
Dead.
games?
No, well, that's a game all about choosing. But I mean, this is a game like I need to get the most powerful weapon. But how do I get it? If I pick this right now, am I going to not get that powerful weapon at the end of the game because I locked myself out? Or if I
Yeah.
go ahead with this mission, will I do this?
That sounds like a
It's-
completionist kind of thing, where like you
Well,
want to be able to
I
end
like
up at
having
the end of the
biggest,
game.
baddest weapon going into the end of the game.
Okay. Yeah.
I hate having to really have a hard time with the end of the game because I didn't get
Level something up all the way, or like you missed the
Yeah.
item somehow,
or missed one specific item that is
Yeah.
beneficial to finish the game. I hate that kind of.
Yeah. It's usually what I do. Like before I leave an area, I usually have to scour every little nook and cranny, make sure I find every secret and every hidden anything and every upgrade, and like especially
and
with
that's
RPGs.
why the first
it's a big,
playthrough
big
of these
problem.
games is like the first time I played Final Fantasy VII. I went through. I think I only really played the game twice through. I bought it for the PlayStation 1. I played the first time to 100 hours.
Yeah.
I brought up every one of my characters to level 99. Then went to defeat Sephiroth. I think I'm saying it right. Sephiroth. Sephiroth.
Hey,
They're all
There's,
Japanese
whatever.
names. We're all mispronouncing anyways.
Baku
And-
Gaijins.
Ryu, Ryu,
Had no
whatever.
problem because I was super powered. All my characters were at level 99. It was like
A
chick,
breeze.
pack,
You're like
pack, pack.
boom.
See, no, I'm
This-
kind of the opposite.
You want to go in with a challenge?
Yeah,
you
I
want
want
to
to
just
go in and just be like, I want to just slog through this because when it's done, I want to have a sense of accomplishment.
Hmm.
You know, but I don't want to have it all the time. That's why I don't like Dark Souls.
Mm.
Eh.
But the second playthrough for
But I usually
I-
don't
I-
do a second playthrough. That's my gripe with a lot of games that are like not even just replay value, but like
Yeah.
collectibles and side quests and things. For me, before I finish that last mission that's gonna cue the credits,
You have to have everything done.
I have to find every collectible. I have to finish every side quest so that when I go into that final boss, final mission, and the credits roll, I can throw the game at the window. And
Yeah.
I don't need to go back. I don't know why, because some games I wouldn't mind going back and doing it again, but like when it's finished, I like for it to be finished.
I love it.
And that's
That's
you
why I don't
get
finish
much
a lot of
money
games
out
anymore.
of, like the games, you don't get that much playability. Darn you!
That
critically
picture,
low.
What is that? The picture of Melissa Joan Hart. Everyone's like just so like it's 30 people like trying to give her pancakes and shit. That was like trying to eat them all. That picture made me laugh.
It's
So
like me
hard.
trying to play Assassin's Creed.
Well, but yeah, like some things like that completionist. I'm not a completionist though. If there's like you got to collect 30 wanted posters or 30 feathers or something, no, I don't. I don't have to do that.
If it gets to the point where it's too egregious and I'm spending way too much time on it, I will ignore it. Or if it's just like the Far Cry, like ride these ATVs to like a certain place in a certain time racing missions. Those can F right off because I don't want to do any of that.
If you know that the
But it's
payback
hunting and
is
collecting.
the payback is not going to be worth it. Like if there's no reason to do it that'll help you game wise or even
Trophies.
like or just
Yeah.
trophies. I
Numbers,
mean,
a bonus ending,
now that's worth doing.
rare game art, concept art.
Unless if it's like Silent Hill,
Sound
with a
check.
different ending.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chrono
but
Trigger. Woohoo!
Chrono Trigger.
Different
Great. That was a weird woohoo I did.
different skins for the video game characters, and then you start over,
Yeah,
play it again.
Resident
Like-
Evil's famous. for that.
RE4
Yeah.
is yeah.
In the Batman games, the Rockstar Batman games.
I love them so much.
Yeah,
They're
they're
great.
awesome.
The most fluid combat in any
Oh,
game I've ever
just
played.
so good, so fun.
Flipping around, not giving a shit, being Batman. I was
Mhm.
like, this is the closest you can get to being Batman.
Yeah.
Hunting people on over gargoyles.
Yeah,
And that-
always
and-
gargoyles everywhere, even in the city.
Even in an insane asylum.
Like, there's the subway. Why is there gargoyles everywhere?
When you were a kid, you got an NES game, or you got a
Master
Super
System,
NES game or a Master System game.
if you're one of those kids.
You could only afford to have that one game for any kind of period of time.
and you would pick it apart. You would
And
play
you
it
would
to death.
play that game forever.
That's how
And you
a lot of-
mastered that game.
That's how a lot of like glitches and random speed runs were figured out, because it was just people who played the single game for so many times that they figured out if you bash yourself with this one pixel of this wall, you'll clip through to the end of the level.
Yeah, exactly, and that will cut down your time.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's so easy just to go grab a new game.
Yeah, they're
especially when you
everywhere.
get old enough that you can got money and you just go buy a new
There's
game for
access
20
to it.
Well, I
bucks.
mean, you could just turn
You know.
that on. You push a couple buttons. It's linked to a credit card. For friggin' Xbox and PS, they're giving away games
That's right.
You are
every
free
month.
games.
Every
It's
month
so
they give you
easy.
free games.
It's so easy to get games nowadays, and it's
Yeah.
just like, if you finish it, you're surprised that you finish it. That
And
you
there's
spent
so
that
many.
time.
There's so many that are just everywhere, because
Yeah.
between the different consoles and like PC and your phone and tablet and everything
PC,
else,
you can download games. You can
Yeah.
illegally pirate them.
everything. But like back in the day, you didn't even know when a game was coming out,
You
like,
just,
even
it
the-
was out, and if
if-
somebody told you it was fun,
and it might not even be out in your
Someone at
town.
school has it.
yeah,
Because you can open up your Nintendo Power and be like, oh, the Zelda 3, later be called Link of the Past, is coming out sometime within the next
Winter.
year.
Listen,
and then you go to your store
I had a
every
Meg-
week and you're like, is it here
I
yet?
had a Sega Master System. We
Oh.
had no magazines,
Yeah.
nothing
Sega
until
Power.
Game Pro
Well, that came out, well, there was a Sega magazine came out like late in the game. Like,
yeah.
I think it
well,
only
Game
last,
Pro too, right?
Yeah,
Game
yeah.
Pro was out.
I used to
EGM.
have so many
Yeah.
issues of Game Pro.
Yeah,
Remember reading
and they used to
EGM?
tell you, but that was more around the Genesis
More
time
your-
and Super Nintendo when Game Pro
I
came
had
out,
Nintendo
right?
Power and
Get the
Game Pro.
power.
Game Pro came out around.
I know
Super
I had them
Nintendo.
both at one point.
Yeah,
I think Game Informer is like the only gaming magazine still around now.
I used to
Oh.
absolutely love getting game magazines. Just come in demo discs.
Yeah, demo disc, the posters. I had so many posters.
Mm.
well,
We're gonna wrap this bad boy up soon.
Wrap this up.
Sounds good to me.
My laptop battery's dying.
We're losing
Yeah.
power.
Shall I take us out?
Do it.
Please.
Anyway, that was episode 24 of the 1337 FM Nerd Talk Radio. Please follow us on Twitter. Go on our Facebook. Like us on YouTube. We're on iTunes sometimes. And we will be updated.
But
And-
we should say that next episode, the big 2-5,
2-5.
we're having a big party episode.
Because we're a quarter of the way to 100.
It's
Quarter
a
of a way.
big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were a comic book, this would be a double issue.
I'm thinking that we'll have a little something special, different than what we normally do, because just
Spice it
listen.
up a bit.
Yeah, just listen for the next episode.
Yeah.
We'll be
And-
teasing some sort of things on Twitter and
Yeah.
Facebook. For
Be
sure.
nice
Yeah.
to us. Talk to us on the social medias.
The
And tell us we're
Twitters.
doing a good job. Say, I like that thing you said once.
Yeah.
Mm.
If
Subscribe.
you genuinely have a laugh, tell us that you genuinely had a laugh.
If you got some constructive criticisms, you can keep them to your damn self.
Yeah.
I'm joking. If you have any criticisms, anything you think should be brought up, obviously just let us know.
Tell your mom.
Because
we don't care.
required.
All right.
Anyway, and we're out.